accident if it's one person. There's an ambulance, one person coming in or two people. So we just don't know the extent.
All right, so just to recap, an active shooter situation, we're going to listen in to what a Tulsa police officer had to say about the situation.
Civilians right now. One might be killed. We have several people shot. We've got fire working with our SWAT team and the initial officers on the scene to get as many people out as possible. Right now, it's a quiet scene, so no one actually shooting inside. So we are doing a floor by floor, room by room search to make sure that we don't have anybody else standing in the building. We're starting a slow evacuation. There's no technical active shooter where someone's actually discharging rounds at this time. If you go into a situation where someone is discharging rounds, we're going to address that situation with a contingent of officers and follow that. So right now, it's settled down. We're trying to rescue those who are injured, and we're treating this as a catastrophic scene in there now. So we're trying our best to navigate to areas in the floor. We're having some difficulty getting through the locked door, but we're locking floor by floor down, and we're bringing more and more officers in here so we can safely clear the entire building. We have multiple floors, 5 or more floors right now, with hundreds of rooms and hundreds of people in the building. So you have to give us some time on this. Right now, we believe that the primary shooter is down. So unless we have intelligence that another shooter is in the building, we'll work on that. So any quick questions you have for me right now?
Tell us what time back in the building.
I don't know what time. We're talking, this all transpired in the last 20 minutes. So I would imagine that the building is a Natalie building here. I believe the address is 6465 South Yale or thereabouts. And obviously behind us here, we have all of Yale shut down here. Do not come out here. Do not come out here for any other reason. If you have loved ones inside, we understand you're working this problem out. You know, if you want to call and contact me, we're going to have a staging point for people as soon as we can get it going. But we're working with St. Francis on this situation. It's a huge scene. We're going to get this as quickly as we can. Anything else?
When you say down, do you mean like...
We believe the suspect has been shot. We do not know. I don't know at this time if we shot him, he shot himself. I haven't made it across the street yet, so I'm still working on that. Anything else? I'll come back and give updates as soon as I can. Right now I don't have very much else to go on. I've got to go figure out what's going on over there. We have lots of officers out here. Please give us room to work on this. This is where media stays, on this side of the street. If you go over there, St. Francis.
And that was Captain Richard Mullenberg. We're going to head out live to Daniela Ibarra, who's live on scene. Daniela, describe the scene there for us.
Brenda, it is chaotic out here. I've never seen so many police cars out here. I want to show you just all the police units. You know, I think we have the fire department out here. I saw an OHP trooper, and traffic on the way down here, it was blocked. I saw several police cars just zoom past me trying to get here immediately. We have the TPD helicopter flying over. I'm not sure if you can hear it. We do have a lot of people out here that just seem to be witnesses that just saw the police cars out here and they wanted to know what's going on. A lot of people out here with their cell phones. And I know we just heard from Tulsa police, but we're going to stay on scene, try to talk to some of these people, see if what they heard, what they saw. But yeah, we just see more police officers arriving and some people from the fire department. Again, the helicopter's still overhead.
Danielle, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. Now, we heard there from Tulsa police there's one possible fatality, multiple civilians shot. Have you seen any victims?
Not from where I'm standing, Brenda, no. I can see, if we can pan over here, Gage, we should see a couple of people just standing here watching what's going on, but no, I haven't seen any victims. I did see ambulances zoom by me, but I have not seen any victims.
Okay, Daniela, thank you so much. Of course, we will touch base with you in a little bit. We heard from Tulsa police there. They recapped about 15 minutes ago. We have not got an update from them since. So we can tell you that multiple civilians have been injured, multiple people shot in the Natalie building right now. They are going through floor by floor, trying to clear out those floors. Police telling media that the primary shooter is believed to be down. At this point, they don't believe that there is another shooter, but they, of course, are going through and trying to clear that building floor by floor. It's a large building, so it is definitely going to take officers a while to do that. Police calling this a catastrophic scene. We don't know what exactly that means, other than the fact that there are multiple people that have been shot and one fatality.
And as they go through the people exiting the building, they've got to make sure that they screen all of those people and get information about them. So it is a bit chaotic in that you've got people likely trying to get into the building and then people coming out, that they want to make sure that those that are coming out, perhaps not one of the shooters or one of the maybe assistant. He did speculate whether or not it was more than one shooter. They didn't know. This is very fresh, and that's what they're doing right now, is interviewing people, talking to people that are in there, and then searching the building to see if there's anyone else.
And I just want to clarify one thing that I said a moment ago. I said that there was one fatality. That is a potential. Police saying that there's potential for one fatality. We have not got that information confirmed at this point. We know that there are numerous injuries, a huge police response. I believe fire officials are there, paramedics. At this point, from this vantage point where we're watching, we have not seen any ambulances. We have seen a lot of people in this area. Tulsa police are asking people to avoid this area near 61st and Yale. I know if you have loved ones there in the area, this is of course distressing, but please let police do their job. Let them work. Just give them some room.
Absolutely. Well, St. Francis emergency room, very near that area. Those that perhaps were injured would be taken there almost immediately. And again, we just don't know. We said multiple people. Is that 2 or is it 12? We do not know at this point, but we're going to be finding out. That's why we have Daniela on the scene there with our photojournalist, talking to people and finding out. They mentioned the SWAT team. That means at the time they entered, likely they were concerned about an active shooter. So they had to enter the building and then track down who may have been responsible for this.
And of course, Dan, this comes a week after the Uvalde shooting, where 21 people were killed, and gun reform, gun legislation is in the forefront of a lot of minds. You know, on our newscast at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock today, you know, we're talking about this issue. A lot of people are thinking about this. We ran a story on how, you know, schools are thinking about this. Obviously, this is not a school building, but our hearts just go out to everyone who was there. And if you have a loved one who is in that building, you know, our thoughts and prayers are with you right now during this time.
There are children watching this. They don't know if their aunt or uncle or mom or dad may have been one of the victims. So many unanswered questions, but we do know that they've got the area secure. That is step one. And again, there are enough folks on the scene there to handle the situation and give us the answers that I know you want, because we want those answers too. What in the world happened about 40 minutes ago near this intersection? The building he described is closer to around 63rd, but they have that intersection, 61st and Yale, completely shut down. He described it as a 5-story building. There are many medical buildings in that whole complex in through that area near St. Francis. If you've been to the dentist or had another doctor's appointment, likely it was in one of those buildings. But he described this as about a 4 or 5-story building that they were going room by room through to find out exactly who's in there and who's left behind and what's going on.
Okay, let's head back out there live to Daniela Ibarra. Daniela, what can you tell us?
I'm sorry, Brenda, can you say that one more time?
Daniela, what's the very latest out there?
Well, I just spoke to a woman who's here. She was actually coming here. She has a doctor's appointment, and she says when she pulled into the parking lot, she just saw all the police cars, and she said that she saw some rushing past her. And I asked her, you know, how she's feeling, and she's just heartbroken that this could happen in Tulsa. You know, especially like you mentioned earlier, a week after what happened in Uvalde. She said this is shocking. She had her grandkids with her, and you know, she just said she can't believe this happened. She can't believe that this happened here in Tulsa. A lot of people are definitely feeling that way here. I see a couple of people, you know, out here with their cameras just trying to understand what's going on here. A lot of bystanders. We do have a couple of media people here, but really the parking lot is just full of people just wanting to know what's going on. And like I said, that woman, she's just heartbroken that this has happened in her hometown, here in Tulsa.
And Daniela, we've seen a few police officers there, but in terms of the scene, can you just describe what exactly is behind you, what area is blocked off?
Yeah, Brenna, this is Yale and 65th, right here, this intersection. We have at least 24 police cars just on this side of the road. I know there's a lot more. I see a lot more flashing lights back there. But to give you an idea of where we're standing right by the Warren Clinic Springer. It's a minor care, urgent care center. And like I said, there's just a lot of people standing here just wondering what's going on, having their cameras out. And like I said, that woman just completely shocked that something like this has happened in Tulsa.
And Daniela, we heard about 20 minutes ago or so from Tulsa Police. They updated us on the situation. Have they given you any indication as to when more information is going to become available?
No, I actually haven't been able to talk to them. I'm not exactly sure where the public information officer is, but I've just been talking to people here who are witnessing everything, just trying to understand what is going on here. So no, I haven't gotten to talk to police yet.
Okay, Daniela, thank you so much. We'll touch base with you in just a little bit. And just to recap, if you are joining us now, Tulsa Police responding to an active shooter situation, but we know at this point police saying that we don't know, though, Dan, what exactly that means.
What we're doing right now, they're trying to get the answers to that, but that whole area, if at all possible, try to avoid that. It's a big mess right now. They need to be able to do their jobs, and you can help them best. But over to the right, they're saying that's where the media is to be. Over to the left is where the law enforcement folks will be. SWAT involved. I even saw a fire department vehicle there. A lot of unmarked police from city, county, and feds there, making sure the area is secure. But this is just so very, very tragic. It always happens, it seems like, somewhere else, but this is not the case. This is right in our own backyard, and we don't know the full extent of this. But I tell you this, we will gather the information, and we promise to give you the latest information as soon as we get it.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is very concerning to people who, have loved ones who work in this area. At this point, police are calling this a catastrophic scene. Officers saying that several people were shot. We don't know the extent of those injuries, and there was one possible fatality. Tulsa Police say that the shooter is down, no longer an active shooter situation. But as Dan mentioned, it is a very large area, and Tulsa Police are going to be doing whatever they can to, make sure that folks there in that area, that there is no longer a risk. Now, our cameraman showed just a moment ago, there is a large crowd there. Now, media obviously are going to be in the area. It is our job to update, those of you at home, but please avoid the area if at all possible. Please give police the room, to work and to try to, get to the bottom of what exactly is going on. You can see there a very large police presence. We know that police were responding to the Natalie building.
What they'll often do is that they'll say, hey, in 10 minutes, guys, we're going to have Officer so-and-so. He'll come up and they'll do a quick download of the latest information because the media is hungry and they want that information so we can pass it along. And then they'll leave that area and they'll go upload with the latest information from city and county and the feds and the SWAT team. They'll gather information that's usually one voice that they'll have, and that will be the spokesperson for the situation. That way, there's not different stories about that. And of course, if you get on the internet, there's going to be all kinds of wild speculation. Don't go there. It will pass along the official information and not rumor, but likely, since it's been 10, 15 minutes since we've had an update, likely, I would imagine here in the next 15, 20 minutes, that they'll have a designated person that will come out.
So
and
you
talk to the
already
media
know
and
about
say,
it, huh?
Here's the very latest.